Okay, the last section in Diagnostics 3.0 is the reference section. This section primarily is a web-based section. It's basically a compilation of information that I use all the time on the internet that I frankly got tired of going out into a browser and having to type these websites in over and over and over, and having to type in diagnostic names and finding information by typing in all this text. This allows you to do it instantaneously rather than, and in one package, rather than having to open up separate programs in different windows. So if, for example, I've got obsessive compulsive personality disorder selected, the moment I go to the reference section, everything on OCD has been plugged into these websites already, and it kind of helps me find the information. So this first one is, again, the Wikipedia encyclopedia. This is present in the criteria section as well. But if I've got OCD selected, it gives all this information on OCD. And again, the language selector is present here. So if I want it in Spanish instead of English, I click Spanish. Google translates it for us and gives me the information on OCD in Spanish. This is a little different than having a person translate it, but it's still, fairly readable information, at least for someone who speaks this language, to be able to get the gist of what OCD is. It looks like Google's providing a way to select all kinds of other languages now too, so you don't have to just use my drop-down box. Let's see, we can do it in Dutch, I guess, now, and all kinds of other languages. That's helpful. That wasn't there actually when I programmed the software. So these languages are present in mine, or you can use the Google translator to do it for you. Well, you can do it in Greek. And now you can read information on OCD. And you can also link around. And by the way, these navigation buttons work. So you can treat this as if it were a web browser. It's just in diagnostics, so you don't have to be opening up other programs. Another thing that's helpful is this Visual Med Dictionary from CHI. It's a pretty cool product. I'm going to show it to you a little bit here. Let's say I'm interested in looking up medical information on Prozac for a client that I'm working with. If I search for that, it gives me both names, the generic name as well as the brand name. And if I mouse over it, it gives me these boxes that come up and give me a lot of information on it. Tells me what it is. It's a highly specific serotonin uptake inhibitor. It's used as an antidepressant and often has more acceptable side effect profile than traditional antidepressants. It gives me other names that it's known for, their action categories, and all kinds of other fun stuff on it. But if I click on it, notice it brings up some other bits of information here. Okay. So here's some other specifics that you may be interested in. You could subscribe to it as well to keep you updated on new research on fluoxetine if you have an RSS feed. You can bookmark this dictionary and other programs that you may be involved in, social networking programs. The really cool thing is this visual tool that they have. Based upon the drug, it goes into other categories, or the fluoxetine is related to other kinds of information. It's used in panic disorder. Let's see, weight loss. It's related to major depressive disorder, of course. It's related to OCD, but it's also related to all these other things. Renal dialysis, phototherapy, antidepressive agents. I mean, there's all kinds of things in their database that this is related to that gives you a visual relational representation. So if I click on one of these, say panic disorder disease, brings up another relationship, and it helps me begin to search on it. And if I mouse over it, it gives me information on it. So panic disorder is a type of anxiety disorder characterized by unexpected panic attacks. More information on the disorder itself. So panic disorder now is related to all kinds of other things. You start building all of these relationships. You can drag things around and set things up so that it's a little more visually understandable. You can zoom in, zoom out. Of course, if you've got a big widescreen monitor, this gets huge. These are all slidable. Okay, so again, it's just a way to kind of help you see relationships, how things work together. It's a great program, or a great website. I encourage you to use that. Therapists are always looking up information on medication. This is a great way to do it. Therapies is the Wikipedia list of psychotherapies. Again, you can translate it. A lot of psychotherapies are listed here. A little bit of a layman's thing. It's not in-depth clinical, but it's kind of cool. It gives you it's how we're supposed to explain it to our clients. So I encourage you to use that. CPT information is basically a list of it's a quick reference guide for CPT codes for billing. That was present in the prog notes as well, but it's also available in the reference section. The online Merck manual, both for clinicians and for patients, is included. Merck gives you a lot of information regarding disorders. It's like a medical library, not just information on drugs. This is the one for psychiatric disorders. Clinician information is a little more technical. Patient information is a little more user-friendly for the layperson. And it includes both, so you can access information and print things out. The APA Help Center is here, and it searches very similar to what the PubMed search did back in the criteria research section. It searches on a topic or on the selected diagnosis. So if you have OCD selected, for example, it helps guide the searches that are made at the APA Help Center. Here you see anxiety disorders coming up, stress, and the like. So that's the APA Help Center. Ethics. We've got 5 major board ethic manuals that are included. So if you want a quick reference to, psychotherapy ethics or research ethics or whatever, you can access this quickly. You don't have to go out online and look for all this stuff. We have the American Psych Association, American Association of Marriage and Family Therapy, the American Counseling Association, and the National Association of Social Work, as well as the American Association of Christian Counselors. All of those have lots of good ethical, legal, and moral kind of guidelines to go by as you practice. The U.S. Licensing Boards tab gives all of the licensing boards for doctoral degrees and master's degree clinicians in the United States. Everything from Alabama, the last one's Wyoming, is present. So if you click on any of these, it'll take you out to their webpage and you can get information on that. And that's for the master's degrees, marriage and family therapist, licensed marriage and family therapist, LPCs and the like in different states, as well as doctoral degrees, psychologists, and the like. PsychOrgs. This is a huge one. This is a database of about almost 5,400 organizations. And the way that it works is you click on this down box here, and here's where all your organizations are at. What's cool about this is a lot of these things, it's given to you because a lot of these things maybe you haven't even thought of searching for before on the internet. And here they are in a program, single program for you to kind of nose through a little bit and kind of look at things. Let's say you're going down through here and you realize, wow, cognitive behavioral therapist, National Association of Cognitive Behavioral Therapists. And it goes out on Google and it looks for that. And here it is, the main site. You click on that and bam, you're at their website. Another thing that I included was a find offenders through this website. You can get this website on your own in a browser, but I just decided to include it just in case that's something you want to target. And so let's say you're in California and you're at the 95765 area code. Search on that, and it brings up a map of the 95765 area code, and it lists all of the locations where offenders who have offenses against children live, where their work is, offenders of rape, where their home and work are, sexual battery, and other offenses. And that's there for you to look at. You also may be interested in determining if someone is an inmate, and I've included all the inmate searchers or locators for all of the states in the United States. Although the one in California, it turns out, is no longer functioning. So locating California prison inmates, it's not searching at this time, I think because of a legal thing that's going on with that. Last one's bibliotherapy. That's basically a link to Amazon. And then the last one is a glossary. And that's it for the references section. Really hope you enjoy using the software and appreciate your patronage. It helps us develop this further. Thank you.